So hi, Dr. George here again. So I promised you all I was going to take you all for a spin using the 2020 Honda Grace Hybrid. And what we're going to focus on today is the paddle shifters. So I'm going to try to give you all some footage of me engaging the paddle shifters on the steering wheel. And I'm going to give you all some insight as to how the paddle shifters work. Okay, so let's go to putting on this vehicle. I'm going to take it off first. And to put it on, you have to make sure that your foot is on the brakes. You see as I put, so you see in the power button is flashing there. So I'm going to put my foot on the brakes first. Then I'm going to press the power button. And the vehicle's on. Now keep in mind this only happens when you have the smart key. Smart keys, one of them has to be in the vehicle, inside of the vehicle while you do that. If the smart keys are not in the vehicle, then you would not be able to switch on the vehicle.
ETC カードが挿入されていません。
So let me try it one more time. Take off the power button, press the power button to take off the vehicle. And then we have to make, now if we do not put our foot on the brakes and we try to press the power button, it doesn't come on. See? So it doesn't come on. For it to come on, we have to make sure our foot is on the brakes. And it's going to be switched on. So the next thing we're going to do is take a drive on the road and engage the paddle shifters. Okay, so we're going to take that Honda Grace Hybrid for a spin. And we're going to check and see how the drive is, how does it accelerate, and then finally we're going to look at the paddle shifters. So far I'm getting a pretty smooth drive. Hopefully I get a chance to actually test the suspension. Alright, the acceleration is extremely good. Barely touched that gas pedal. And so far the suspension feels good. So I went over a couple bumps just now and I actually felt the suspension. So it's very good. Okay. So far the 2020 Honda Grace Hybrid has given me a very smooth drive. And just to keep in mind, this is the mileage on this vehicle is 51k. The condition grade was 4.5 out of 5. Interior A. Exterior could have passed for A, but of course for a used vehicle is many times not set up because of any minor scratches or anything. It will disqualify the exterior grade from A to B. And just now I'm gonna let you all be able to see how the road is from the other end. I can't switch the camera view while filming, so you're gonna be able to see for yourself. So far I'm really impressed. Let me see if I can switch. Okay, so you can see the road. So I'm gonna match the X. And you're actually able to accelerate very quickly in this vehicle. I saw the speedometer move from 40 to 120 in a couple of seconds. So I'm gonna bring it back down to 40. Actually, I saw it moved from 20 to 100 in a couple of seconds. So I'm just gonna bring it back down to about 40, and we're gonna see how quickly it takes to get to 100. So let it come down. So we had 60. And it's up to 100 in just a couple of seconds. From 60 to 100 in just a couple of seconds. Let's try the paddle shifters, and I'm gonna have to show you all this on the way back. So I'm driving. So I'm gonna see if I can show you all what I was seeing on the dashboard as I press the paddle shifters. So as I drove, I was actually seeing, as I pressed the paddle shifter, I was actually seeing the gears changing, stepping down from 5 to 4 to 3. Well, up to 4, and then going back up from 4 to 5 to 6 to 7. So every time I pressed this negative, it was going down, and he was actually feeling and seeing the change in the gears. And as I pressed the positive on this side, I was actually seeing the change. So let's try that. Let me see if I can situate that somewhere here. Okay, so we could see it. So you should see the number coming up there. So let's go. I'm gonna press the positive side. And you see? Step it down. 5, 4, it stalls. We're gonna go back up. Press the positive side. Press again, it goes up to 6. Press again up to 7. Steps back down to 6. So we're gonna naturally slow down. Let the vehicle naturally slow down. So it should be at 5. Should be going down to 4 again. And I'm going to step up the speed, so I'm going to press the positive side. Stall it. So right now at 4, I can only go at a particular speed, and to get it back up I have to either press the gas, mash the X, or engage the paddle shifters again. So I should be at 4. Okay, so let's step up, step down, step down, step down, and we're gonna step back up again. Okay, so you saw me using the paddle shifters. What happens, it actually steps up changes the gears. Now one thing to keep in mind, some persons will ask the question, what happens if I press the 2 paddle shifters together, the positive and the negative? What happens if I press them together? What happens is there wouldn't be any change in gears. The same thing happens if I am constantly pressing the negative gear, the negative paddle shifter, and while pressing that negative paddle shifter continuously, I actually press the positive paddle shifter, it would not change anything. Similarly, if I press the positive paddle shifter, I depress the positive paddle shifter and I keep that depressed, and while keeping that depressed I actually press the negative paddle shifter, would it change anything? No. You would remain in the gear that you were in. So you could only press one at a time. When you're pressing the positive, negative has to be released, and when you're pressing the other one, whichever one you want to, if you want to increase this, change the gear, step up the gear, you need to make sure that the negative is not being pressed. Now this vehicle is supposed to also have adaptive cruise control, but we're not going to test that today. Actually, we're not even going to test that. What the adaptive cruise control does is, if you are driving between vehicles, you're actually close, you're going to probably collide with a vehicle, it is supposed to slow down this vehicle so that it actually tries as best as possible to avoid the collision. Similarly, if someone is going to actually hit you, it is supposed to speed up the vehicle so that it minimizes the possibility of that person colliding with you. So that's the adaptive cruise control feature. So this vehicle does have adaptive cruise control, and it actually is very good in actually minimizing the possibility. It's not gonna 100% gonna stop an accident, but it tries as best as possible. So don't assume that you could just be reckless on the road and avoid accidents with a vehicle with adaptive cruise control. It tries its best to speed up or slow down the vehicle depending on what scenario is arising. But obviously we're not going to test that out. So far it's a fantastic drive. So it actually is the drive that I'm getting with this Honda Grace is way better than the Honda Vezel, and I've driven a lot of Honda Vezels and I have not gotten this kind of smooth drive. And also other vehicles, Nissans, Toyotas, BMWs, well of course when you get to BMWs and Mercedes-Benz, you're gonna expect a premium comfortable drive, but so far this is better than I expected. The suspension, fantastic. So we just throttling down on the way back to the office, where you will see another vehicle that I will test drive with you, which is the NV200 Vanette 5-seater panel van, which was imported for my company. So we're gonna see how that works when that is registered. But for now, this was a fantastic. So as you can see, the NV200, we're gonna try that out next week. Now, one more thing I want to show you all before. What you would not seen along the way, we were changing the gears. To change the gears, we would have had to, beside the paddle shifters, if I was using the gear lever, this is what we would have done. To get into reverse, we move the gear. Gear lever, reverse. So it's some getting used to. And if you are in reverse and you want to put it back in park, you just have to press the park button. And it goes into park. And when it goes into park, it actually it manipulates the door, the buttons for the doors for access to the unlocking or the locking of the doors. So fantastic. If I put on the lights, we're gonna see a little clearer. This one comes with the handbrakes. So normally the others would have, many of the vehicles coming now with foot brakes. This one came with handbrakes, and as you can see, there's a USB connector. So if you want to play music or power any USB device, it's there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And leave your comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, Dr. George Network. We have a lot of videos on Premiere coming, and we're gonna have a lot more of this. And don't forget, like and comment. Leave a comment. So I'll see you all in the next one.